Welcome to Not Bedtime.
I've lived alone for years, so Christmas has always been quiet, not peaceful. Quiet in the way a room feels after everyone leaves, and you're alone with the echo. No kids, no family nearby, just a small apartment, a cheap artificial tree, and the sound of other people's happiness bleeding through thin walls. A few days before Christmas, I came home from work and found a small box sitting in front of my door. No tag, no name, just a red ribbon tied carefully, deliberately. Inside the box was a mug, plain white. On the bottom, written in black marker, "For the late nights." I work night shifts. I told myself it was coincidence. The next morning, there was another gift. Wool socks, thick, warm. On the box, in the same handwriting, "Your feet get cold after midnight." That's when the apartment stopped feeling empty. I checked the hallway cameras. No one at my door, no movement, no shadows. That night, I didn't sleep much. On Christmas Eve, there was a third gift. Bigger. Inside, a framed photo. It took me a moment to recognize it. It was me, sitting on my couch, scrolling my phone, relaxed. Taken from inside my apartment. The timestamp said 2 nights earlier. On the back of the frame, "I like watching Christmas with you." I packed a bag and left that night. When I finally came back, there was one last thing waiting. No box. Just a note taped to my door. "You forgot to say thank you." I moved out 2 weeks later. And every Christmas since, I round decorate. No lights, no tree, because I don't want to remind whoever it was that they still know where to find me.
My parents live in a small town where Christmas never really ends. Every house decorated, every window glowing, every neighbor watching. I was visiting for the holidays, sitting with my mom when my dad slept upstairs. Around 9 p.m. we heard singing outside. Soft at first, distant, almost comforting. Then it got closer, clearer. 3 voices, perfectly in sync. Too perfect. We opened the door just a crack. 3 figures stood at the end of the driveway. Old coats, scarves, faces swallowed by darkness. They smiled when they saw us and kept singing. It wasn't bad singing. That was the problem. It was too good. Each word dragged on just a little too long, like the song was being stretched into something wrong. My mom said we didn't have cash. They nodded and kept singing. We closed the door. The singing didn't stop. 10 minutes, 20, the same song. No mistakes, no pauses. I looked through the window. They hadn't moved, still smiling, still singing. Then my dad came downstairs and asked who was outside. Before we could answer, Silence. Then, a knock. Slow, deliberate, measured. My dad opened the door. No one was there. The driveway was empty. No footprints. No signs of anyone. We locked everything and went to bed. At exactly midnight, the singing started again. This time, it was close. Right outside the house. Under the windows. Moving. Circling. More voices now. Some off-key. Some whispering. But every single one knew the words. We stayed awake until morning. When the sun came up, the snow around the house was covered in footprints. Hundreds of them. All facing inward. Toward us.
I volunteered for the Christmas night shift because I had nowhere else to be. No family plans, no dinners, just overtime pay, and a building that felt emptier the quieter it became. The nursing home was always strange at night. On Christmas, it was worse. Tinsel taped to handrails, blinking lights choking fake plants, a plastic Santa smiling at no one. Everything felt staged, like we were pretending this wasn't where people came to disappear. By 10 p.m., most residents were asleep, except Mr. Caldwell, room 214. Every time I passed his room, he was awake, sitting upright, hands folded, eyes fixed on the doorway, waiting. Around 11:30, I asked if he was okay. He smiled, thin, tired. Do you hear them yet? Hear who? The ones who come when the building gets quiet. I blamed dementia and moved on. Near midnight, call buttons lit up. They're walking, one woman whispered. I hear boots. Another said someone stood at his bed, breathing. Security checked the cameras. Nothing. Empty halls, no movement. At 1:45, the singing started. Not from a TV, from outside. Christmas carols, slow, off-tempo, stretched wrong. I went back to room 214. Mr. Caldwell grabbed my wrist, stronger than he should have been. They're closer now, he whispered. They always come inside on Christmas. The lights flickered, and every door in the hallway opened. Not slammed, not forced. Opened, slowly. At the far end, where the lights didn't reach, something stood. Tall, thin, wrapped in red, that didn't fit. It didn't walk, it glided, stopping at doorways, tilting its head, listening, choosing. The smell followed it, cold air, dust, wet cloth. It paused at room 214. Mr. Caldwell smiled. I told them I'd already given enough Christmases. The thing moved on. By morning, 3 residents were gone. Beds empty, belongings untouched, doors wide open. They said the residents wandered. No one believed that. Mr. Caldwell died quietly a week later. Before he went, he squeezed my hand. They don't like it when you remember them. Every Christmas since, I avoid places where people wait to be chosen.
I always took the last train home on Christmas Eve. It was cheaper, quieter, easier than traffic. That night, the city felt abandoned. Not empty, left behind. The platform was almost deserted. A few strangers stood far apart, heavy coats, pale faces. No one talked. No one checked their phones. Everyone just waited. The train arrived late. When it pulled in, it groaned.
like it was tired of carrying people. Inside, the car was nearly empty. Too empty. Passengers sat stiffly, hands folded, eyes forward. The air felt colder than it should. At the first stop, a man boarded. Old wool coat, no bag, no luggage. He didn't sit. He stood by the door, perfectly still. At the second stop, 2 more boarded. Same clothes, same faces. The silence deepened. No coughing, no shifting, no breathing. At the third stop, the doors opened. No one stepped on. But when they closed, there were more people inside. I hadn't seen them enter. They filled the aisle, shoulder to shoulder, facing the same direction. That's when I noticed no one was breathing. No chest moving, no breath in the cold air. The train slowed, even though there was no station. The lights dimmed. Everything turned flat. Wrong. The intercom crackled. "Next stop, Christmas." The doors opened. No platform, no lights, no signs. Just darkness. Thick darkness. One by one, the passengers stepped forward. No fear, no hesitation. They crossed the threshold and vanished. With each one gone, the air grew warmer, lighter. I stayed seated, afraid to stand. When the last one disappeared, the doors closed softly. I was alone. Then a conductor appeared. His uniform was wrong, old, out of time. "First time?" he asked. I nodded. "You're lucky," he said. "Most people don't notice which train they're on." I asked him what that place was. The darkness, the stop. He tilted his head. "Christmas," he said. "Just not the one you remember." At the next station, the world came back. Lights, sound, people. The doors opened. I ran. Every Christmas Eve since, I drive. Because I remember how calmly they walked into the dark. And I know that one year, if I'm tired enough or lonely enough, I might not notice which train I've boarded.